Hi there, I'm Avi Lewis, one of the co-founders of The Leap. I wanted to make this video because, like so many of you, I've been veering from deep sadness to actual rage since the Trudeau government announced that it will be using billions of public dollars to buy the Kinder Morgan pipeline. And since the mainstream media has so failed to hold the politicians to account for their epic lying and spinning throughout this entire saga, I think it's worth taking a moment to remember what we've learned in the past year of pipeline politics in Canada. My take? This pipeline will not be built. It should not be built, and it will not be built. Here's why. First of all, there's no Indigenous consent. In fact, Indigenous leaders from across Turtle Island have made it clear this move by the Trudeau government is a declaration of war on Indigenous rights. The consultations were a sham. The government was pretending to consult First Nations, but all the while it had already decided that the pipeline would be rammed through. There's no social license in the wider community either. The people of British Columbia elected a government that campaigned on a promise to stop the pipeline. It has a mandate. It's democracy. There's no economic case. We're told this is all for jobs, jobs, jobs. But according to Kinder Morgan itself, after a couple of years of construction jobs, the pipeline will create only 90 permanent jobs. 9-0. And the idea that Alberta oil companies will suddenly get a better price for their bitumen if they can get more of it to the Port of Vancouver has been completely debunked. It's just another bald-faced lie. There is no economic case for this pipeline. There's no environmental case. They don't even know if bitumen will sink or float when spilled in icy winter waters. And obviously, there is no climate case. We've been told over and over again that we cannot have a Canadian climate plan unless this pipeline is built. But sorry, so we have to dig up more bitumen and ship it halfway across the world so that we can reduce our emissions? Like, how thick do they think we are? There is not, and there will never be, a climate case for this pipeline. So, there's no Indigenous consent, there's no social license, there's no economic case, there's no environmental case, there's no climate case. This pipeline will not be built. So how do we take this certainty and make it into a reality? Well, we at The Leap are calling for an all-of-the-above resistance strategy. First and foremost, we think people, as always, should support and follow Indigenous leadership. But also, if you have privilege as a comfortable settler Canadian, use it. Write and call your MP, write letters to the editor, get out in the streets for protests, engage in creative and constructive nonviolent direct action, and join one of the many excellent campaigns being run by environmental groups across the country. There is a big and growing list of ways to get involved. Choose as many as you can that fit in your comfort zone, and then choose one more that pushes you out of it. People, let's get to work. The stakes absolutely could not be higher.